In southern Zhao and northern Yan, there have been bloody wars for years. After deadly battles, both parties reached a peace deal. However, it only lasted for a few years. As the new armies of Yan continued to covet Zhao, Zhao sends their assassins to kill the young king of Yan in the palace. The Grand Tutor of the king asks His Majesty to announce a contest for the position of Grand Field Marshal, without wasting time. Grand Tutor sends its raven to 8 clans to announce the competition and asks them to send their best soldiers. Qianyuan clan is the poorest clan. Their level is such that they have to work day and night just to get water. One thief tries to steal water and gets caught by the guards. Meanwhile, the clan's leader gets the message from the capital and asks for volunteers. Dong Yulong the thief is the first one to volunteer for the contest. Kang Qiu, their security officer, also decides to go to the contest and tells the chief that this will bring us power and wealth. Listening to opportunity, another guy, who is deserted, jumps in and offers his service. Chief gives deserter a spear. And let 3 of them go to the contest. 3 of them start their journey towards Phoenix City. On their way, they confront giant Scorpios. After fighting, they are able to defeat them, but they lose Kang Qiu. Dong Yulong says that he is our companion and we should not leave him behind. But, the other guy is concerned about finding a new teammate. At night, Dong tries to eat a little, but the deserted hits him and tells him he can't run full stomach. Yulong asks him if he is from the Chu clan. Deserter tells him his story. He fought wars for Zhao and was part of the Chu clan. His brother Chu Chen defeated northern Yan, but in the end, he was the only survivor. He tells him that Chu was deserted by the Grand Marshal of Zhao and he wants revenge. That's why he wants to be Grand Marshal. Chu Hun is his name. His brother told him to stay alive. The Grand Tutor is a spy sent by northern Yang to destroy Zhao. He tells his general that he needs 1 more month and Zhao will be at his fingertips. Yulong and Hun, on their journey, find a few men chasing a young woman on a horse. Hun tells Yulong to ignore them. A sandstorm occurs and everyone is stuck there. Yulong and Hun try to help one of the horsemen. But due to heavy wind, they separate from each other. After the storm, Hun looks for Yulong. Horsemen also survive and thank both Yulong and Hun. His name is Jia Lu and he is the chief of the Lizard clan. As thanks, he offers them a horse. In Phoenix City, contestants from different clans are gathering in practice. Hun and Yulong pass through the market and see inhuman behavior and slavery by southern Zhao. The woman on the horse also gets her way in Phoenix City and stops to eat something. Jia Lu sees and questions her. Yulong again tries to interfere but Hun stops him. Lu and his teammates have a fight with her. She shows everyone her sword fighting skills and other clans are impressed. Just then the Grand Tutor arrives and Yulong asks Hun to kneel before him. The Grand Tutor welcomes all 8 clans. Further, he tells them that there is no turning back and it is a clan-implicated crime. Yulong asks Hun, "Will you be able to kill him?" Hun tells him, "You don't have to come with me. I will be able to do it on my own. And whoever tries to stop me from killing Grand Tutor is my enemy." Next day, Yulong and Hun look for a 3rd teammate, without whom they will be disqualified. In market they see slaves fighting for freedom. One slave manages to kill the other. During bidding, the women from Lizard clan pushes Hun and he raises his hand accidentally. Slave girl sees the Chu clan spear in Hun's hand and becomes furious. The young woman stops them and asks them to make her their teammate. On refusing, she shows her skills with a blade and cuts a fruit in 2, offering one to the slave. Yulong insists, and Hun agrees. The woman tells Yulong that she wants to prove herself, and that her name is Jinggong. Yulong suddenly sees a strange woman looking at him from above. At night, Hun and team is resting in Phoenix Palace. Slave girl enters their chamber and tries to kill Hun. She is the daughter of the general that was killed by Hun's brother in war. Hun tells her she has to wait until he kills the Grand Tutor. The competition starts. In first round, everyone is tied with chains and rings around their waist. First 3 clans to finish will reach next round. Horn is blown and everyone jumps in. All clans fight each other for their spot in top 3. Quickly, only few clans are left and the Grand Tutor orders formation change. Then huge balls start rolling on the chains and everyone tries to save themselves. Zixuan clan is the first one to finish and enter next round. Luckily, Lizard clan and Qingyuan clan are still in game. Qingyuan clan is second, and is followed by the Falcon clan. Lizard clan lost and are marked as the losers on their face. The Grand Tutor presents souvenirs to the winners. The Grand Tutor is impressed by win from Falcon clan. Slave girl is trying to kill the Grand Tutor with arrow. The Grand Tutor sees Hun's spear and asks Hun about it. Tutor presents souvenir to Hun and Jingong insists on taking it. Before continuing, please subscribe to our channel. Also, watch why this woman is so important for Vatican City and Christianity. What secrets does she hold? Hun gives the slave girl food to eat and someone sends assassins to kill him. Hun thinks killers were sent by the Grand Tutor. Hun wants to go and kill the Grand Tutor, but again Yulong and Jingong stop him and say that once you are the Grand Marshal then you can put your case before His Majesty, and you will be able to avenge the Chu clan. Yulong talks to the slave girl and tell her that both you and Hun are innocent. At night the slave girl goes to the market and frees all other slaves. Round 2 of the contest begins. Everyone is tasked to bring the egg of the beast in mountain. No one has seen it, but Hun knows that it was used in war by Southern Zhao. All 3 clan get into the mountain and acquaint with different things. Hun is poisoned by a flower and tell Yulong and Jingong to look for an orange flower in dark of the cave. The Zixuan clan is taken by tentacles in cave. The Falcon clan finds the egg and quickly try to leave. They are surrounded by tentacles. Just then, the beast also comes after its egg. When drops the egg, Jingong picks it up and run. Beast chases its egg in the cave. Hun tries to keep itself alive by drinking water. While chasing Yulong and Jingong, the Beast King gets stuck in the cave. Yulong, watching it in pain, tries to help it. Beast is set free and crown on its head comes off. Yulong offers its egg back to the Beast King, but Beast King refuses to take it in gratitude. Win is also marked as a loser. The 3 contestants from Qingyuan clan reach the finals. The Grand Tutor explains the final round, and that 3 of them will have to compete against each other. Both Yulong and Jingong try to forfeit, but the Grand Tutor refuses and make rules clear. All 3 are upset. Just when they were talking, the strange woman Yulong saw earlier arrives and tells him to follow her. She wants to show them Mystic Forest. She takes them to a strange place where they can see past. She tells Yulong she has been watching her. He is just like his father, and ready to inherit his legacy. She tells him he is from Northern Yan. She asks him to put his blood on his left arm. It shows a golden tattoo, which represents Yan. Because he is royal blood, so his tattoo is also of gold. Hun gets angry on how he could be a friend of Yan. The slave girl tells Hun that she spent her whole life in cage, now she wants to live with dignity and freedom just like everyone else. Jingong, crying, leaves them and is surrounded by the Grand Tutor's guards. Seeing Jingong badly injured, Hun runs in and fights everyone. The Grand Tutor puts sword in Jingong's leg. Hun throws away his spear and surrender, but still, the Grand Tutor kills Jingong. The Grand Tutor orders his soldiers to start riots and execute Yulong before the king under treachery. Yulong finds Jingong's body and bury her. On his way back to the Phoenix City, he finds Wen and tells him to gather all 8 clan and let them know the Grand Tutor's plan. The king will not believe him, but if he influences all the clans then surely king will listen. In final ceremony, the Grand Tutor puts forward Hun's case and lets Majesty decide his fate. He tells the king that Hun planned on killing you in the final round. King orders his execution. But before that, Yulong walks in and tells king that his clan is loyal to the royal court, and he wants to fight against this traitor and kill him by his own hands. The Grand Tutor tries to interfere, but Yulong says that according to the rules he is only contestant left, and he is now the Grand Field Marshal, and that means he and Grand Tutor are of the same rank. Wen tries to gather all contestants that are going back and tells them the Grand Tutor's plan. He tells them Zhao is about to fall and we have to protect King. Yulong challenges Hun, but Hun at first refuses to fight. Then he remembers Jingong and the slave girl. A blade turns toward Yulong and Hun, coming back in senses, saves Yulong. The Grand Tutor orders his guards and they start riots in the city. Their main target is the king. Wen is rushing back to the city, and is joined by other clans. Hun is attacked by the Grand Tutor's dog and the slave girl saves him. The Grand Tutor corners the king in a chamber and locks him. Yulong fights Tutor's chief guard and kills him. Before dying he sees tattoo on Yulong's arm and greets him as the king. Slave girl also dies from wounds. The Grand Tutor presses a button and oil starts leaking from the top of the palace. He plans on burning everyone alive. Grand Tutor tries to fly away, but Yulong sees him and jumps on his parachute. Hun and Wen try to save the king but fire encircles them. Due to intense heat in the chamber, King quickly loses oxygen. Hun and Wen try to break the door. Just when the tower collapses, Hun and Wen break the door and pull the king out. Wen loses his life. Yulong tears the Grand Tutor's parachute and the both fell on the ground. Hun captures the Grand Tutor and kills him. In aftermath, King bestows Hun with the title of Grand Field Marshal of Southern Zhao. Hun also requests King to honor Jingong for her devotion and loyalty. King makes a statue in her memory. Yulong requests King to let him take the egg to the Beast King's valley. King also grants that. Yulong leaves for Northern Yan. Hun tells him that we won't see each other, or there will be war. Yulong replies, "At that time, I will still be Dong Yulong." They both greet each other and say goodbye. The end.